Yes, let us start. Good day wherever you are. My name is Teacher David. I want to bring you biology, paper 1, MASENO exam. They did on July. Remember to share, like, and comment. Do you know what you are supposed to comment? Anything like good work, keep it up. This is not right. Do this to improve. Those are the things we need. The reason why we ask you to like and comment is to enable their YouTube algorithm to uh, what to recommend our videos, right? Please do that for us. State how the following tools are used to collect the specimen: the putter and a pair of forceps. The putter is used to suck, is used for sucking the specimen. A pair of forceps is to pick, picking, is used for picking. Actually, it is sucking and picking. The figure below section of mammalian tooth examine it. So look at this one. This is it the molar or the premolar? This one looks like the molar. They name the parts of the labeled A, B. So this is one is the molar. Two roots, it has two roots. The A is the enamel and B is the gum. Enamel and the gum. B is the gum, A is the enamel. State one way in which B is adapted to its function. How is B adapted to its function? Contains the nerve endings which protect the stimuli such as pain, heat, cold, and pressure. Contain the blood capillaries which nourish the dentine cells. State ways in which we have done that. State two ways in which the white blood cells offer immunity to the body. How does the blood offer immunity to the body? Through phagocytosis, through antibody productions. So it produces antibodies which provide the immunity required. The diagram below shows a type of muscle found in human body. Study it. Identify the type of muscle shown above. Give two reasons for your answer. Why did you say it is the type that you have mentioned? So it is the smooth muscles. Why did you tell us that? Spindle shaped, lack striations, annulated. So that is the reason why you give the answer you gave. What is the function of clips in the right microscope? What is the function of the clips in the light microscope? The function is to hold slide containing specimen on stage. Reject hold specimen. So if you write hold specimen, the answer will be rejected. Holds the slide. It is to hold the slide containing the specimen. Explain why it is not advisable to use coarse adjustment knob with high power objective lens to view a specimen on a right microscope. Why? Why do we advise not to use why do we advise not to use that? It is because to prevent crashing slide containing specimen on the stage, since it lowers the body tube through a greater distance, is to prevent. A student was found to have blood group B plus. Identify the antibody that is present in his plasma. 2 antigens present in his erythrocytes, in his erythrocytes. Antibody A, reject capital A. If you write capital A, it will be rejected. Antigen B, rhesus antigen, accept antigen type D, accept antigen type D. The setup was used to investigate necessity of a certain environmental factor in photosynthesis. Studied. Describe the role of sodium hydroxide in the experiment. What is the role of sodium hydroxide in the experiment? To absorb carbon dioxide present, thus preventing the leaf from carrying out photosynthesis. Give the result obtained when the 2 portions of the leaf were subjected to starch. So there is this leaf, sodium hydroxide was to absorb carbon dioxide to prevent photosynthesis. So this part B and part Q, what could have happened? So of course, part P will turn yellow. Part Q will turn yellow for the reasons we know. Give the results obtained when the 2 portions of the leaf were subjected to the starch test. P, iodine solution stained blue-black. Iodine in Q, iodine remained its brown color because of what? You know what? They were testing for starch. So meaning in part Q, there was no starch. There was photosynthesis did not take place. Identify N2 structure of the skin involved in protection. 2 structure that are involved in protection. We have the confined layer, Malpighian layer, sebaceous glands, sweat glands. Name the type of evolution that leads to the formation of structures that perform the same function. Which type of, that is called convergence evolution. Convergent evolution. Convergent evolution. The type of evolutionary structure formed formed by the type of evolution named above. Homologous, analogous structure. It forms analogous structure. Reject if part A is wrong. If part A is wrong, the part B you can't score. Explain why donated blood should not be transfused after the 3rd month of storage. Why should a donated blood not be transfused after the 3rd month of storage? Most of the red blood cells could have died since they have a lifespan of about 120 days. The red blood cells could have died. How donated blood is prevented from clotting during storage period? How is that happening? By treating the storage bag with an anticoagulant. The diagram below represents cells found in higher plant. Study them. Identify the patterns of the lignification of E and G. E and G. E annura, G reticulate. Name one feature of above cells. Name Name one feature of above cells that enhance capillarity. That is enhances capillarity. It is called narrow lumen. Narrow lumen. Explain the role of light stage reactions in opening stomata. Explain the role of light stage reaction in the opening of the stomata. Number 12. Produces ATP molecules which actively pump potassium ions from the adjacent epidermal cells to the guard cells. This raises the osmotic pressure of the guard cells, which gain water by osmosis and become turgid, hence bulge outwards to open the stomata. Below is a diagram of an organelle. Study it. Identify the cell organelle above, shown above. That is the rough endoplasmic reticulum. Rough endoplasmic reticulum. What is the function of the organelle you identified there? It is to synthesize and transportation of protein. It must be tied with A. If A is wrong, B is wrong. Number 14. A farmer used ladybird to control rabbits in his vegetable farm. Name this method of pest control. The method is called biological control. Biological control of pests. Give one advantage of using the method above to control pests. What is the advantage? It does not cause environmental pollution. Does not cause environmental pollution. Slows down resistance of pests. It should be tied with question A. If question A is wrong, question B is wrong automatically. During microscopy experiment, a student counted 8 cells under a light microscope using eyepiece lens magnification and objective lens magnification of 10x10 and times 40 respectively. If the diameter of the field of view was 5 millimeters, calculate the actual length of the cell. Magnification is equal 10 times 10, that's 400. Image diameter of the cell is 5 times 1000 to divide by 8. Actual length is equal to 1.5625 millimeters. I don't know the nm. Number 16. Number 16. The diagram below shows the structural relationship between blood vessels in the body. Examine it. Identify the blood cells labeled K and M and the major process that occurs in it. The blood vessels in K. Identify the blood vessel labeled K. What is that K? Capillaries. Roman 1, it is the capillaries. The major process is called ultrafiltration. Ultrafiltration. Give the function of the fluid formed due to the process named in Roman 2 above. Forms medium of exchange of substances between the body cells and the blood. Number 17. Name one species of schistosoma that causes bilharzia. That one is called Schistosoma haemotopium or Schistosoma manzoni or Schistosoma japonicum or must follow rules of binomial nomenclature, otherwise you deny the marks. The first word must be start with capital, the second one must be small, and Asthma is a respiratory disease that becomes more serious if the person suffering is exposed to a cloudy and chilly weather. Explain. Inhaling of cold leads to constriction of airways, making it more difficult to breathe. The diagram below illustrates the Reflex Act. Use it to answer the arrow. Use an arrow to indicate the direction of flow of the nerve impulse in the diagram. That is the arrow. You can see the arrow here. Name the chemical substance responsible for the nerve impulse transmission across the synapse. Acetylcholine and sulcus atriculus. Sulcus or atriculus. Name two structures that are responsible for the maintenance of the body balance and posture with respect to activity in organ A. In organ A above, you can see organ A, C. Oh, we have answered that. Give two examples of insects that exhibit incomplete metamorphosis. Metamorphosis, incomplete. Cockroach, locust, dragonfly, accept any one of those. Identify two hormones that regulate metamorphosis. Number one, we have mounting hormone, esidisone hormone, juvenile hormone, and of those. State two reasons why cover slip is used during microscopy. Cover slip is used during microscopy is to prevent foreign particles from coating the specimen, to hold the specimen in place. The graph below shows two relative members of animals in an ecosystem over a period of time. Identify the type of biotic interactions between the two animals. Beradation. Which curve represents the animal with higher biomass? Explain. K. Why? Why it is at the play. Occupies a higher tropic level and less energy has been lost in the preceding trophic level. Number 23. Name the type of production shown by the following organism. Yeast, Plasmodium. Yeast is by budding. Roman 2 is binary fusion. That is the Plasmodium is binary fusion. Yeast. Give one advantage of and disadvantage of the type of reproduction stated in A above. Advantage, the offspring matures faster. Disadvantage, retains undesirable qualities in the offspring. The diagram represents a mature ovule. Describe the role of the cell labeled R and during fertilization. R fuses with one male gamete nucleus to form a triploid nucleus. S fuses with the egg cell to form diploid zygote. Name the part labeled T and give its function. T and give its function. Microphyll allows pollen tube to enter into the ovule. Number 25. Identify the agent of pollination of the flower above animals. You can see this animal. Wind. Okay, wind. Wind. Reason. Give reason for your answer. Large anthers, fetive, hairy, branched stigma. Feathery, hairy, branched stigma. In Drosophila maranogaster, the gene of eye color is X-linked. Red eye colored trait is dominant over white eye color trait. Find the probability of producing a white eye male when a red eye male was crossed with heterozygous red eye female. Use letter R to represent the gene for the red eye color. Probability is 0.5. Number 27. Name the method by which plants excrete the following wastes: caffeine, resins. For caffeine, it is deposition. For resins, it is exudation. For resins, it is exudation. The diagram represents a physiological process. Identify the physiological process illustrated above. Active transport. Give reason for your answer. Why do you say the presence of ATP molecules, presence of protein carrier molecules is the reason why the learner chose it is active transport. Explain the role of the above psychophysiological process in the nerve impulse transmission. Pumping of sodium ions out of the axoplasm. Thank you. Share, like, comment. We don't just say these things that you share, you comment. Do you know the reason why we ask you to do that? It is to enable the YouTube algorithm to share, to recommend our videos. So don't think that we say for the sake. Can you do what we ask you to do? Thank you.